Good morning, everyone. We hope you're settling in comfortably for your flight. As we prepare for takeoff, we want to take a moment to address a topic that can sometimes cause a bit of unease among passengers' turbulence. Today, let's talk about turbulence. It's a natural part of flying, and understanding it can significantly reduce any anxiety you might feel. It's something that makes even frequent flyers uneasy, but with a little knowledge, we can approach it with confidence. First, remember flying is the safest way to travel long distances. Statistically, you're far safer in an airplane than you are in a car. Every day, millions of people fly safely across the globe, connecting with loved ones, conducting business, and exploring new cultures. This is thanks to modern aircraft engineering, rigorous safety standards, and the highly trained professionals who operate and maintain these incredible machines. Planes are built to handle extreme weather and forces, far exceeding the conditions you'll typically encounter during a flight. They're designed with redundancies and safety features to ensure a smooth and secure journey. The forces that an aircraft can withstand are far beyond what you'll ever experience as a passenger, so you can rest assured that you're in a very capable machine. Turbulence is normal and expected. It's simply the result of changes in air pressure and wind currents. Think of it like bumps on a road. You might feel them, but they don't pose a threat to the vehicle. Pilots and air traffic controllers use advanced tools, including weather radar and reports from other aircraft, to avoid rough air whenever possible. They constantly monitor conditions and adjust the flight path to ensure the smoothest ride possible. Sometimes, however, turbulence is unavoidable. The real risk during turbulence isn't the plane itself. Aircraft are designed to withstand significant turbulence. It's what happens inside the cabin that poses the greatest risk. Loose objects, such as carry-on bags, laptops, and even food trays, and unbuckled passengers can become hazards during unexpected turbulence. Most turbulence-related injuries happen not because of the turbulence itself, but because people or items aren't secured properly. This is why it's so important to follow the crew's instructions. That's why a simple action, one that takes just a moment, buckling your seatbelt, is the most effective way to protect yourself. It makes all the difference in ensuring your safety and well-being throughout the flight. We're not here to scare you with stories of turbulence, but to empower you with knowledge and practical steps you can take to stay safe and comfortable. Understanding turbulence and how to prepare for it by keeping your seatbelt fastened even when the seatbelt sign is off turns anxiety into awareness and allows you to relax and enjoy your flight. Take control of your safety and well-being by making a conscious decision. Always buckle up, regardless of how smooth the flight seems. That little click connects you to the plane's safety systems, providing a crucial layer of protection throughout your journey. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, knowing you've taken the most important step to ensure your safety. So, what is turbulence? Simply put, it's unstable, irregular air movement. Imagine the air as a giant, invisible ocean with currents and waves. Thermal turbulence happens when the sun heats the earth unevenly, causing air to rise and sink, leading to bumps, especially on sunny days. Mechanical turbulence is caused by wind flowing over mountains or buildings, creating choppy air. Clear air turbulence, or CAT, occurs at high altitudes near the jet stream, often without warning or visible signs. This is why you can hit turbulence even in clear skies. Wake turbulence comes from other aircraft, like the wake behind a boat. Air traffic controllers keep planes safely separated to avoid this. All these forces are managed by strict procedures to keep you safe. Turbulence is a normal part of flying, not a sign of danger. We often think of airplanes as these massive, complex machines, and they are. But when it comes to turbulence, the biggest risk isn't necessarily the aircraft itself. While the plane is designed to withstand significant forces, the real danger of turbulence isn't the plane. It's unsecured people and objects inside the cabin. Think about it. A sudden jolt can turn everyday items into dangerous projectiles. A laptop, a water bottle, even a book can become a hazard if they're not properly stowed. And of course, the biggest risk is to passengers who aren't wearing their seatbelts. Planes are engineered to handle turbulence, with flexible wings and robust structures designed to absorb the shocks. They undergo rigorous testing to ensure they can withstand even the most extreme conditions. But you aren't strapped in unless you buckle up. It's a simple action, but it's the single most important thing you can do to protect yourself during unexpected turbulence. Don't assume that just because the ride is smooth now, it will stay that way. When the plane moves suddenly, whether it's a slight bump or a more significant jolt, inertia can throw unbuckled passengers or items around the cabin. These objects can become dangerous projectiles, causing injury to yourself or others. Imagine a scenario where a sudden drop sends unsecured luggage tumbling from the overhead bins. Most turbulence injuries happen to those not wearing seatbelts. It's a statistic that underscores the importance of heeding the seatbelt sign, even when it seems like smooth sailing. Injuries can range from minor bruises, bumps, and scrapes, to serious head trauma, broken bones, and other severe injuries. The severity of the injury often depends on the intensity of the turbulence and whether or not the person was restrained. Flight attendants know this risk well. They are trained to anticipate and react to turbulence, prioritizing passenger safety above all else. They grab onto something secure at the first sign of bumps, often bracing themselves in galleys or designated areas. They understand the potential dangers and take precautions to protect themselves and assist passengers. Think of your seatbelt like in a car. It's not just a suggestion, it's a vital safety device. It keeps you in place during sudden movement, preventing you from being thrown around the cabin. It's your personal safety net in the event of unexpected turbulence. Severe turbulence can cause the plane to drop or rise quickly, sometimes hundreds of feet in a matter of seconds. This sudden change in altitude can be incredibly jarring, turning unbuckled passengers into projectiles, potentially causing serious harm to themselves and those around them. The most serious injuries almost always happen to those not buckled in. These incidents serve as a stark reminder of the importance of following safety guidelines and prioritizing your well-being. The lesson is simple, and it's one that's repeated on every flight for a reason. Keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're in your seat. Even if the seatbelt sign is off, it's a good practice to maintain a low level of protection. It's the easiest way to protect yourself from the unpredictable nature of turbulence and ensure a safer, more comfortable flight for everyone. We all know the fastened seatbelt sign. It's an icon of air travel, a little illuminated rectangle that flickers to life at various points during our journey. But what does it really mean? And how seriously should we take it? Let's delve into the nuances of this ubiquitous signal and understand its role in ensuring our safety in the skies, and the familiar bing, that distinct chime that accompanies the illumination of the seatbelt sign. It's a sound that most frequent flyers have come to associate with either the beginning or the end of a flight, or perhaps a period of anticipated turbulence. But beyond the auditory cue, it's a signal that warrants our attention and a moment to consider our personal safety. Pilots turn it on when turbulence is expected. They use a variety of tools and data, including weather reports and radar, to anticipate areas of rough air. However, it's important to remember that these are predictions, not guarantees. The atmosphere is a dynamic and ever-changing environment, and sometimes turbulence can arise unexpectedly, or during takeoff and landing. These are arguably the most critical phases of flight, requiring precise maneuvers and constant vigilance. The seatbelt sign during these times is not merely a suggestion, it's a mandatory safety precaution. Ensuring everyone is securely fastened minimizes the risk of injury during sudden acceleration, deceleration, or unexpected events. But the seatbelt sign isn't a perfect warning system. It's a tool, a guide, but not an infallible predictor of smooth or turbulent skies. Relying solely on the sign can create a false sense of security or lead to complacency, which can be dangerous. Clear air turbulence can strike without warning. This type of turbulence is particularly insidious because it's not associated with visible clouds or weather patterns. It can occur in seemingly clear skies, making it difficult for pilots to anticipate and avoid, even when the sign is off. This is a crucial point to remember. Just because the sign is off doesn't mean the air is guaranteed to be smooth. Clear air turbulence can develop rapidly, catching passengers and crew off guard. Sometimes, turbulence hits before the crew can react. Flight attendants are highly trained professionals, but they can't defy the laws of physics. In cases of sudden, unexpected turbulence, they may not have time to warn passengers before the plane encounters a bump. Many injuries happen when people are up and about, with the sign off. Passengers moving about the cabin are particularly vulnerable to injuries during unexpected turbulence. A sudden jolt can cause them to lose their balance and potentially fall, resulting in sprains, fractures, or other injuries. That's why safety briefings always advise keeping your seatbelt fastened even when the sign is off. This is the golden rule of air travel safety. By keeping your seatbelt fastened, even when the skies appear calm, you're significantly reducing your risk of injury from unexpected turbulence. It's a simple precaution that can make a world of difference. Think of the seatbelt sign as the minimum requirement. It's the baseline, the absolute least you should do to protect yourself, but going above and beyond that minimum can provide an extra layer of safety and peace of mind. The safest choice is to stay buckled at all times in your seat. Treat your seatbelt like you would in a car. It's there for your protection, and it's most effective when it's in use. You can keep the belt loose for comfort, but keep it on. There's no need to cinch it down so tight that you're uncomfortable. A slightly loose seatbelt will still provide adequate protection in most turbulence events, while allowing you to relax and enjoy your flight. It costs nothing and keeps you protected from the unexpected. Think of it as a small investment in your personal safety and well-being. It's a simple habit that can provide significant benefits, especially when you least expect it. Pilots have great tools, but can't predict every bump. They do their best to navigate around turbulent areas, but sometimes it's simply unavoidable. That's why it's so important to take personal responsibility for your own safety. Your seatbelt is your personal protection in the sky. It's your first line of defense against the unexpected jolts and bumps that can occur during air travel. So buckle up, stay safe, and enjoy your flight.